Yeah, up next to the MARR Army Rock Show, we're happy to have Mike Meadows with us. Now, he is the vocalist of Chicago band Ditchwater. They got a brand new record out called Never Say Never. It's due out as of August 7th, by the way, for those listening. So, Mike, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Really appreciate it.
So, hey, I mentioned I might ask you to give, I guess I have to say a brief history of the band, because you guys have been around a little bit. So maybe just kind of, if you can encapsulate such a long history and tell us a little bit more about you guys.
Yeah, we've been around for a couple months. No, we've been around for a little bit. This is our, I think, 7th record, if I'm not mistaken. We're out of Chicago and just been doing our thing, man. We started, I met Mark, like 18 years ago. And we just immediately started writing songs and playing a lot of shows and going around just being who we were, and then kind of life got in the way, and the scene kind of died in Chicago a little bit, and we decided to get back together in early 2018 and just started writing this record, and I can't believe it's 2020 already, like halfway through or more, actually.
So in a lot of ways, this record, I guess, is really like a new chapter for the band. Talk a little bit more about what this record means and how, I don't know if it's turned a page for you guys, or is it a new awakening for you guys, sort of?
This is probably the first record where we actually sat down and decided what we wanted to do. In the past, just songs just came and we just kept cranking them out. And this one was a bit more of some thought, and it meant a lot to us at the time. This was going to be our last one, to be honest with you. Mark and I just decided we wanted to do one great record for the fans to say thanks and go out, happy with our work with no regrets. And then we about halfway through writing it and did a couple shows, and then that was fun. And then we kept writing and recording and more shows, and it just started to get crazy. And then the fine fellows at Pavement came knocking, I think in November of last year, and we signed in January of 2020, and just kind of been crazy since then.
So, hey, when I saw the artwork for this, you guys got a really cool kind of comic book thing going on. Tell us a little more. Maybe there's nothing more than just a cool cover, but maybe there is. Tell us a little bit about the comic book idea.
So Jason Johnson did that, and he's worked for Marvel and DC Comics, and so he's a badass artist, and I just had this idea one day. I was throwing it out there. I'd be cool to have this superhero vibe, and that was pretty much the end of my involvement. And it just got translated over to Jason, and he came up with that. And I think the first thing he sent over, I was like, "Holy crap, that's it!" So yeah, it was just by accident. I think, I don't know if Mark may have heard me and then got excited and took it from there, but that's my involvement. Was, hey, we should be superheroes. So
now what people are going to wonder, I'm sure, is once they saw that cover, so will there at some point be an actual comic book? Did you guys talk about it after you saw that?
Yeah, we did, and I'm the first one to get excited about that, but the problem with that is just money. And
sure,
normally that's not an issue, but with what's going on right now with all the bands staying at home and just it's just crazy, as I'm sure everybody knows. So yeah, we kind of tabled that.
Yeah, I've been kind of keeping up and checking in with bands to say, it's really interesting for our listeners to hear how bad it is really hitting the music and the bar industry. How did it hit you guys? What were you into when I guess around March or so? Were you getting ready to do a tour or anything, or were you just working on the record?
So the record was delivered by that point, and we were getting ready we were rehearsing and getting ready for tours, and things were booked. We were really excited, and then the bottom fell out, and not even just the bands, but all your sound people, lighting people, our crew, and the bar owners and the employees and clubs and everybody that works in this industry just sat down, and we just thought, well, by the end of March or mid-April, everything will go back to normal. And then it was, by the end of May, everything will be good. Well, you know what? Definitely by the 4th of July, everything's going to be good. And still here it is, sometime in August. I don't even know what date it is. And we're still sitting at home, and some bands are able to go do stuff. And that's really hard to do because you have a 3-band bill and one band says, you know what, man, we're not into it, and things start falling apart. And then you have the capacity. Some of these clubs can only have 50, 60 people. And then you start looking at the cost of having even the live streaming is expensive.
Yeah.
Those guys need to get paid too. So it's just been hard. And of course, we signed with a great label. We love those guys, and we go into a pandemic, and
and you're not alone. You guys did something cool though. You went back and decided to release a classic tune video. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's the Motorhead song.
Yeah, you guys did
on the record, Iron Fist. Yeah. So that's a really weird story because no one believes me. So I think Mark was the one that threw that out there. It happened to be like a really favorite song of mine without him knowing that. And I remember being at the Whiskey and seeing Lemmy, and I asked to talk to him, like, can I hang out? And we had a couple drinks, and he was like testing me. And he's like, what's your favorite song? And I'm like, Iron Fist. And he goes, have a seat. Which was just so cool for me. Because for some reason, that song always resonated with me. And when Mark suggested it, I was like, okay. Because I've been kind of trying to I just like so much different kind of music. It's always challenging to do something different that we didn't write, and you're putting yourself out there for ridicule, obviously. It's not like we did Duran Duran or anything, but whoever those guys are. So when we got to put it together, it was very conscious. Like, we want to do a tribute to. We're all big fans of Motorhead, so it wasn't, hey, look what we can do. We just wanted to put a little bit of a stamp on it, but it showed, our roots and a tribute to a great band.
Now, I saw you guys did a little teaser post, and I don't think you released the video yet. You said you were shooting your next video, correct? What can you tell us? Maybe you can't tell us anything. I don't know. What can you tell us about it?
So that's for the single. The single's going to be for This Pain, which I think is track 5 on the record, and we shot that, and it's going to be released Friday.
Oh wow! So it's just right. Yeah.
Super excited. It came out really good.
So by the time this airs, it'll be out. So we're about a week ahead of the airtime for this show. So is this going to be an exclusive release somewhere? Is it going to be a YouTube thing? Where's it going to come out at? You think
it'll be on our YouTube channel and probably all over social media. We're just going to push it. It was JL Imageworks, John Lambert over there got with us, and we wrote it. And he did a fantastic job directing it. We actually wrote it while we were filming. I just kept getting ideas for it. It was a very personal song for me. Super true story, kind of an event happened in my life, and I sat down and I wrote the lyrics to it. And filming the video was very hard because I was reliving some of that stuff, but it just came out fantastic. We had this young lady named Eileen who played the part of the upset woman, and she did a fantastic job of hitting me. So it was great.
Now, as people listen through the record, I'm curious, as a singer, is there one song that is what I'd say the most fun for you to perform? Some are probably challenging. Is there one that you just like doing the most from the record?
That's a good question. There's a song called The Way You Are, which is really in the outfield for us. It's kind of like old school New York rap almost. And I don't know how that came out. I wrote the words and it was just in my head, and Mark had the music, and we just came out with that song. It was so not contrived. No, we didn't even try. It was just, that was it. And it's so different and it's really wordy. So it's not easy to sing.
Yeah.
But I have a great time, and it's another one. A lot of the things I write, it's just from personal experience, and that one I still to this day get angry when I sing it.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it works for me. It's fun to do live, and really any of them, any of the people is fun. All About You is just a super cool song to sing live, and I love singing live. So at some point here in the near future, we're going to be doing the album live, whether it's live in front of people or on a stream or something. We're going to play the album front to back.
Now, as a band that's been around, veteran band, 7 albums now, every band has the anthem, their tune that they've got to play or their fans are going to get pissed off at them. So for you guys, because I haven't seen you perform live, what is the Ditchwater anthem? What is the one that your fans are going to get upset if they don't get to hear?
Yeah, that's probably It's Over. It's Over was on the Going Forward Looking Back record. That one always did really well for us, and when we were playing like the House of Blues or wherever, I didn't have to sing the chorus, so that's always fun. Like that's you just felt like you made it. You don't even need money in your wallet. Like a bunch of people singing your words to you, so that's cool. We're growing still. So as many years as we've been doing it, there's still so many people that haven't seen us or heard us, and that's the fun part. Is hearing what songs are their favorite. And there's a lot of things that we hear and we're like, man, we have never played that song. How is that your favorite? Well, Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff. People hear stuff that we don't even play, and we have to blow the dust off of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I find that, having been doing this for a while, so people think that, a band with a catalog like yours, they can yell a song at you guys from the crowd and you can just play it, but that's not always the case, is it? Sometimes they haven't been played in a while.
There's been a couple times we just look at each other and panic, like, it's because it's just not, it's not in there, but it's fun. We sit in rehearsals and kind of woodshed this stuff out. We realize how much fun it is, and that sticks around for a while until someone says something about a different song that we don't know. We go in there and we learn that one. It starts all over again.
Well, hey man, Mike, where do you want people to go to hear, find, buy your music? Because I know that's the best thing we can do to help you guys right now since we can't see you. Where do you want to direct people? We are worldwide with this release, so they can go to their favorite, if there are their record stores still, I think so. Oh yeah, they're out there. Yeah, so I know we're at Rolling Stone Records, and it's everywhere, man. FYE, Amazon, you name it. So really, we just want to go out and search Ditchwater and look for the new record, Never Say Never, and go back in the catalog, man. They got some cool stuff out there for sure. So, hey, Mike Meadows, man, I appreciate you being here once again. Never Say Never, the new record from Chicago band Ditchwater. Mike, thanks so much for being here on the show. Thanks, Rocky. I really appreciate it.